Hi, everybody. Welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Danny Vega, joined today by my lovely, lovable co-host with the Como, Sarah Levine. Sarah, how are you today?
I'm good. I had like a little relaxing early birthday celebration. Went to a spa, got a massage. Has this ever happened to you though? And I don't want to sound ungrateful for the massage because it was great, but now I feel like my back is more fucked up than it was before.
Many, many times this has happened to me.
Thank God. Okay.
I'm so happy you brought us here. I was in this
to Massage Gate.
Well, I've been in this fitness thing and I'm I want to get built more and I want to keep running. But both days this weekend, I woke up and I was my body doesn't feel good. I feel very tight. And I'm what's
that's
wrong?
Normal.
So I woke up and then I did kind of not yoga, but basically very slow stretching. I mean, is it yoga? You know, it felt yoga-ish.
Yeah, it's basically yoga.
And my friend told me to get these lacrosse balls, which are basically just rubber balls.
Yes.
And I just
my roommate has them.
I was I feel like my body has so many issues and I need to spend a lot more time stretching. And I feel like that is partially the cause of why running destroys my body and I don't feel motivated to exercise. It was also a very dreary weekend here in LA.
Rough. You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. You know, me and my friend have a running joke. We're always we want our money back now. Mayor, where is the money?
Right.
But
who's the mayor?
I don't know. There's actually
Eric Garcetti still?
Yeah, sure. I don't care. I mean, I should care. It's bad. I actually am trying to get
his house.
I met these people. I actually did something called, have you ever done this? A postcard party?
Are you? Oh yeah. Well, I've done virtual ones, letter writing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie, because I was spoiled because I saw it on your Instagram story and I love to see that. But yeah, I've done that before, virtually, you write letters, just encouraging people to vote, basically.
Yeah. So, and I did it and shout out to my friend Ellie who invited me and it was really fun and rewarding. And her bro is in the local polys and he was explaining, the things to me and the candidate I was writing these for. And I actually went really kind of hard at the end. She was yeah, I think you did more postcards than anyone. I was yeah, I just, I get in here, I compete. This is me at Dave & Buster's. I'm we need to find the highest ROI machine. I have a green visor for no reason.
I feel like it's the skee ball machine.
No. Oh my God, the skee ball machine. Listen to you.
If you're hitting 1,000, I don't know.
No, Sarah, the skee ball machine does not make money. You don't know what you're talking about.
Money.
It's all about Wheel of Fortune, not the literal Wheel of Fortune, the one that's like that. It's a spinny light, the spinny light. You got to catch the light on the exact spot. That thing will yield you 300 tickets. I can win it 1 in 20, I would say. That is great yield. That's going to show you good ROI. You're putting in $20, $40, $60. You could easily walk away with the mug. That is how you win.
Very expensive mug.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really work. But
it's a scam.
Yeah, it was cool. So I actually invited him. I haven't talked to him, but I was I want you to come on the pod because I think local politics is interesting because nobody cares about it. But it's they also
it affects us the most.
Yes, it's the most impactful way to get involved and nobody because it's not spicy. I think that's why. Because it's do we need a new tunnel over there by the mill, by the old mill? And everyone's who gives a shit? I hate that mill.
Yeah.
But
it's I've actually, yeah. And if you're the one person who gives a shit, you'll get your mill or whatever, I feel because nobody is fucking voting in local elections. It's a travesty.
I think that mill is haunted. Don't build a tunnel near that. That's where the ghosts will live.
Right.
But Sarah, I've actually so I'm still kind of in my post-rejection transformation. Still in it.
I love a post-breakup glow-up thing.
I'm going for it. I actually got a compliment.
Yeah, why not?
This shit made my day. I've been doing keto. Do not endorse this diet, by the way. I have done research around it, and it was actually the 34th diet out of 35 that dietitians recommended. So apparently it's just terrible.
So it's not very high on the list. What's number one?
Oh,
Mediterranean diet?
Mediterranean. Yeah, people love the Medi.
Okay. That's hardly a diet. That's just eating hummus and olive oil.
Yeah. It's just
It's like what I'm already doing, basically.
it's just going to Greece for a weekend.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird. I never thought I'd be like, yeah, I'm on a very strict diet. For breakfast, I had chicharrones, pork rinds, and
Yum.
cheddar cheese. What the hell is this?
My stomach hurts.
Yeah, no, it actually did kind of wreck me. A little bit aggressive to open your day that way. I should have had eggs. What was I thinking? But it's weird because I'm also I'm not having sugar. I quit bread, and it's just really wild. But I got the compliment. I've only been on it for a week, and today my friend goes, your jawline looks a little sharper. And I was like, that's what I was going for.
Dang. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the one thing about keto is like, how do you sustain the weight loss?
So the concept is that the really the edge of it is that you're doing a calorie deficit just like you would with any other diet, but it's much less painful because carbs make you hungry. And we all know this is true, right? That's why they give you the free bread.
I will not give up my bread, but I don't care.
That's why they give it to you though, right? And so I have to say that I obviously do still get hungry, but it doesn't have this like voraciousness. There's it took the edge off the hunger a little bit. So whatever, it's been really weird. If nothing else, I'm like, look, this is entertainment because I am basically in a dopamine detox of sorts. I got rid of the dating apps.
No bread. I don't know how you're doing it.
I know, right? No apps. I got deleted the Instagram app. I'm still using it on desktop. But that that's where it is
it's
now.
Very limited what you can do over there. So
super limited.
Yeah.
It's not addictive, right? Because in the context of a browser, they can't make the apps like the best possible drugs. So it's just way less.
It's not as enticing to just click on Instagram stories on your desktop. It's just like, whatever, who cares?
It's exhausting, right?
Maybe I should do that.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I felt more creative. I've been tweeting more and I've been reading up a storm. So it's been really good. I feel like I'm in a much better place, and I'm not letting myself download the dating apps until I establish more of a regular social life. I'm waffling all over the place. Let me hit you with the waffle, Sarah. Do I throw a burrito party of some kind? This is like eating burritos at the park. Okay. Brunch kind of situation with waffles. You know,
could do both. Okay.
An activity kind of thing, maybe like a game night. I never liked a game night really though. So where are you leaning on this?
I like them now, but I never liked them a couple years ago. I don't know. I mean, I'm partial to a brunch, but you can't go wrong. You could do a breakfast burritos.
My friend pitched the brunch. No, because I want to do waffles because I love waffles, and we can have burritos there too.
Do you have a waffle iron?
I was gonna get a couple waffle irons, and we'll just be cranking these things out. I love it. And I could be a brunch guy. And I am a brunch guy. It fits with me. I don't drink, but you can still drink. It's fine. I got a friend who wanted to do mixed drinks for the waffle party. And
Sweet.
The biggest thing here, Sarah, is because this rejection very much made me reflect, and I never asked like what her reasoning was. She just said long-term incompatibility. I just thought, well, it's everything. It's everything. And I knew my brain was going to replay it over and over. It's still playing it over and over, which is so, I'm like, dude, we're not going to find nothing. We've searched this.
It's so annoying. Yeah, I hate that. Sometimes you have a dream, and in the dream you figured it out, and then you're like, wait, what is it?
There's nothing to figure out.
It's nonsensical, right? Like,
yeah, she's not coming back.
I mean, it's probably like a totality of things, don't you think? Unless you had said something so completely crazy offhanded, I think, that would make her say, ooh, never mind. But
whatever. I think I gave her the ick summarily, but it was cool because in reflecting so much on just what I did actually say, one of the things I was like, oh, I don't want you to see my house. And I was like, why didn't I want? That's weird.
She thought you were a serial killer?
Yeah,
from
maybe,
that one comment,
right?
And then was like, never mind.
No, yeah, but it made me realize like I felt that way. So why do I feel that way? And it's because, guys, and this is a big insight for me, is that, I am very intense. I have an addictive kind of personality. You guys know I don't drink alcohol. And I really hit the workahol hard this year. And
yeah, you did.
I did. And a manifestation of that is that my entire living room was a studio, which was kind of cool because I never had to set things up, and I do hate setting up cameras and the like. So that was cool. But then like I literally didn't have a place in my house that wasn't for working. There was no place to go. you know, the kitchen is filled with like bags that say break up with him. So like it's just merch all over. Like there's nowhere to go.
Funny.
And so I just finally broke down and I was like, I need to solve this problem. And now the podcast studio is in my bedroom. And the living room is now an open space. It's just like a couch you can lay on. This was big for me. I was like, I want to be able to lay on my couch, a non-bed that is a place one can lay.
It's like, what are you doing before? I'm always sleeping on the couch.
Right? It's great. I don't know why it's so, I guess because it's
Constantly.
kinky. It's like, well, it's not a bed. It's not for sleeping, but I'm here. Ha ha.
Sometimes it tricks my brain into like actually falling asleep. It's like, we're not trying to sleep. We're just on the couch watching TV.
Yeah. So I did it, Sarah. I fixed my house. I feel so much
love it.
better. I feel like I'm on vacation because I think the issue was that my house, it was very cluttered. Don't tell Marie Kondo. Super cluttered, super work oriented. And it was like I couldn't relax in my own home. And now I can. And so
Yeah, my
that's
shit's
it.
a mess. It's stressing me out.
I feel like a new
That's
person,
great.
honestly. I mean, I'm not totally like ready. I'm not like level right now, but I'm like reading, I'm journaling. I'm in a whole new zone. I'm super excited about it.
I love that. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a funny thing to say now, but I guess it's just progress, I guess, guys.
It's
Nothing
earnest.
funny, really.
Yay.
I mean, I did a stand-up show. That was really
Oh,
fun.
sweet.
I did a bar show in Redondo Beach, which to translate that to New York terms, I would say Red Hook, basically.
So far. Okay.
Very, very far, an hour away. Super divey show, but
Love it.
I learned something cool, which is that in the boats, the guy right away, I was like, what's the deal with this? Like, where are we here? And he's like, well, Redondo Beach is kind of more working class or whatever. He goes, the name of the bar was The Slip, and the boats are parked in the slip, I think is how you word this.
Sweet.
And you pay
Yeah,
rent
totally.
for the slip.
So wait, the show was on a boat?
No, the show was at a bar called The Slip. But what is The Slip?
Got
The
it.
Slip is you pay for an area to
Where
put
you
your
park
boat.
boats.
Okay?
Yeah.
But here's the deal, Sarah. A slip will run you like $600. So there's people who buy cheap boats and then their rent is $600 and they live on the boat.
Cool.
So I just had a lot of fun.
I've heard of that, like a houseboat.
Well, no, not like a houseboat. Like you live in a boat.
Oh, like they just live in a boat.
Like they're not really
Hope they have
meant.
good sunscreen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
I
you're
would have.
not- okay.
They're not like open rowboats, but we're not talking about like, yes, this is the foyer.
Like a super yacht from below deck.
Yeah, we're talking about like
Somebody will get
a
that.
single room boat. Yeah, like, you know,
Interesting.
a
That's kind of rough,
kayak, basically. You kind of tuck yourself
Yikes.
in.
right? That's rough.
Or is that a canoe? I don't really know the difference between various
It's a
kinds of
kayak.
boats.
A canoe
You know.
is like at least you have room to lay down.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a pontoon. It's a double. Me and my girl split it, so it's working out well. It's like a duplex. Anyway, those are my stories. They are what they are. Much love to all y'all. Shouts to our new
They are
patrons. They are what they are. Sierra, Chloe, Emily, Oriane, Autumn, Claire, Liz, Jenna, Dylan. Very, very special shout out for Kylie. Thanks for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Shouting out to the book I'm reading, The Myth of Normal.
The real one or the fake one?
What's the fake one?
The bootleg Brene Brown. It was
Here
like
we go.
Brittany Pink, not you, Brittany Green
All
or
right.
some shit. Like, that was so funny.
I'm so pissed off, you guys. So this is another book wreck. I read Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown as an audiobook. Absolute banger. 10 out of 10. Brene is at her best, folks. A wonderful exploration of the human condition. I think it's... Sorry, I said human condition. That's too much. That's too much. But... listen, I know a lot of women listen to this pod and sometimes you drag your boyfriends through it. And shout out to any of the boys listening. But, you know,
Brene boys.
I think what's interesting is that book and Brene Brown's audience is heavily female oriented. But I'm like, good God, it's a book about emotions, the 86 basic human experiences and emotions. I'm talking about it like it's new, by the way, and it came out in 2021. I just found that out. But anyway, to me, it's new. Okay.
That's
And-
like not that old. That's a year.
Yeah,
That's
well,
not bad.
I feel like the bookstore.
It's not like my friend hit me with this the other day. He was like, "Man, I just started reading this crazy book. It's called Attached. The Attachment Styles." And I was like, "That came out in like 1962." No, I don't know. It's probably like 1998, but still.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Sir,
I'm actually reading this great book. Funnily enough, it's called The Great Gatsby, and it's super interesting meditation on class. Okay. But
yeah,
anyway.
exactly. Like, I love you, but man.
But yeah, it's very well researched. It's super likable. I recommend it as an audiobook. Anyway, I wanted to quote it and stuff for the pod, and so I went on to Apple Books, and fuck Apple for this. The Apple book version is like the worst ebook. You couldn't highlight in this ebook. I was like, I didn't even know that was possible to make an unhighlightable ebook, you sick fucks. And anyway, so then I was like, I'll just order the paperback. So I go onto Amazon.com, and have you guys heard of it? And I'm on, guys, don't think, because I know you guys are thinking like, oh, you clicked the wrong listing. I did not click the wrong listing. I was in the listing for Brene Brown, Atlas of the Heart. I then click, you know how there's different versions. It's like Kindle,
you can click like Kindle,
Audible, and then I hit paperback.
Yes.
Okay, and then I ordered it. One click order. Crazy. I know, right? I didn't even check it in my cart. I know, I was feeling crazy. I just went for it. And what shows up is Atlas of the Heart, okay, but it's very thin. I'm like, this is too thin. Author, Brindley Brooke. Who the fuck is Brindley Brooke?
See?
Who the fuck is Brindley Brooke?
And it was the same cover.
Same cover. So
yeah, that's so bootleg. Like...
I go to
Amazon.
Amazon.
Just copyright infringement.
Right? It's straight up fraud. I go to Amazon.
It's like straight up.
And they're like, yeah, it's totally cool. You can return it. Just bring it to Whole Foods. And then I was like, no. I'm not bringing it anywhere. You scam me with your listing. I am not bringing this. They have a we'll pick it up for $8 option. I was like, you're picking it up if you want it. This is garbage that you put in my house and tricked me to buy.
If you want it, come get it from me.
Come get it.
Otherwise.
I'm not bringing it.
That's fucking hilarious. So, what did they say?
They said, okay, sir, yeah, you're right. I mean, I dropped my classic line. And this was true. I was like, I've never had an experience like this before.
I mean, I would just say, like, I'm sure Brene Brown and whatever, Simon & Schuster, whoever published her book, like, would love to know about this blatant copyright infringement. That's what I would have gone with.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't try to throw a legal knife up, if I can avoid.
I do. I love a legal knife.
I wait. I don't show all my knives.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
Anyway, suffice it to say, much love to all y'all. Thanks so much for supporting us. And yeah, I mean, I hope you're all doing so good. I can actually sense some of you are doing good. I think we were in a tough astrological time and stuff.
Mercury was retrograde.
Yeah. How come that's the only astrology event that people talk about?
Well, like sometimes Saturn is retrograde and like other planets can do it, but that's the one that fucks you up the most, I think. Yeah. It's
annoying. Can somebody monitor Mercury and just like, can we shoot a freaking missile at it? Because it's enough.
Right.
That really threw me,
It was too much.
Nonetheless, folks, Mercury is out of retrograde, and I am checking here. NORAD reports we do have one heck of an ep for you today. But first, let's do some Guess the Verdict. AITA for denying my daughter's plastic surgery.
I feel like we've done this all the time.
Yes.
What's the deal? Is she 15 years old? Does she need therapy? Is she like 30 and wants her dad to pay for it for some reason? A lot of options here. What's the title again?
AITA for denying my daughter's plastic surgery.
I'm just going to say NTA.
NTA is wrong. So it's actually pretty juicy. I just covered this on a guestie. We might need to revisit it because, I mean, this is a tale for the ages. What is the tale? Well, OP is a mom with two daughters, Kate, 18, and Jen, 16. And Sarah, it is sibling rivalry, and Kate is just smoking Jen. Apparently, she's hot, athletic, smart.
Wait, is this the younger one or the older one?
No, the older one, Kate. She's 18.
Oh,
Jen
okay,
is 16, living in her shadow. So Jen, Jen is trying her best and she's doing some stuff too, but she's just really caught in this brutal comparison. Eventually has this meltdown and says, I want plastic surgery so I can be more attractive like Kate, even accuses Kate of only getting into her dream school because she was good looking or good at sports. It was kind of a ridiculous Jabby-esque statement.
Yeah, that model scholarship, that is real.
So they said no. Parents rejected the plastic surgery. Top comment, sure, some kids naturally excel at things that society deems more valuable, but your job as a parent is to try to help your kid find a niche. It seems like every time Jen felt down on herself, instead of trying to pull her back up, you went along with it. YTA, sounds like she's got a lifetime of insecurities now. And we talked through this a while, and I think there's really no way around the competition stuff. And the correct thing here is to try to make that relationship with Jen better so she's not so focused on her social status at school, or just give her more activities or something else. Give her something else to latch onto that's not school because, she wasn't doing well comparatively at school.
That sucks.
It's tough. It's definitely
That's
a toughie.
tough. Definitely. All right. AITA for not watching my boyfriend's first professional game in person.
Yes, YTA. Come on. Professional?
I would have thought so too, but YTA is wrong. The boyfriend's club team, I think this is in England, played his first game a couple months ago. He wanted his girlfriend to fly 6 hours to attend the game. She owns her own business, I guess. And like she said, she had business to attend to, and they just started getting big clients, and she didn't want to leave for 3 days in the middle of the week. She promised to come to a weekend game, and she did, but it just wasn't the same. He was definitely cold with her. The top comment was, NTA, I guess only his dreams matter. Sounds like he wants a baseball wife like his other peers have, where those women set aside all their own dreams to look pretty, attend games, and pop out kids. I think that's a little harsh, but that was the top comment. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely ways I could land some blows on him. Like if he didn't give her sufficient notice, that's probably going to be the best case I could mount. But like, you're not going to be at your partner's first professional of something, like their first professional game.
Yeah,
that's a
like
big
it seems
deal.
like a pretty big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
You can't look at someone the same after they miss your first professional baseball game.
And he's not, like he's not looking at her the same. So.
I get it. I think that's a miss on her end. Sometimes you got to know when to push those clients off, lady.
I think so too.
AITA for putting my husband's fancy knives through the dishwasher.
Oh, I just read this one. It was like, oh man, because she has some like knife phobia. I just read this one, but I don't remember the verdict. No. I feel like it went like NTA because like he would like use his knives and then leave them out for days or something like that. Or like NAH. Fuck, wait, no, I'm undecided. I'm going to go ESH.
You sure? You want to go with one of the other verdicts you said?
Well, now I don't know if you're tricking me.
Final answer. Hit us with it.
Final answer. I don't know. NTA, I guess.
NTA is wrong. It was
Did you
ESH.
fucking trick me? I hate you.
Wow, what a dirty, dirty move,
Damn,
people.
that was
I'll
rude.
do anything to take back my Guess the Verdict crown. Sarah pretty much told you the story. Apparently putting the knives in the dishwasher blunts them, which we hate to see, a blunt knife. Yucky, yucky. What is this, Cracker Barrel? Ugh. So I like Cracker Barrel. Anyway, well, because, the knives at places usually aren't sharp. So whatever.
Yeah.
She claims, though, that she would put them in the dishwasher. She doesn't like them to be out, and that he could always take them out of the dishwasher. She just doesn't want to, I guess, handle them or clean them by hand.
Yeah.
I'm really very confused because I'm like, well, if you're willing to put them in the dishwasher, can't you just put them in like a case or something? Can't you get some kind of intermediary thing to put them in? I don't really understand the conflict here. It just seems like weird. But top comment was ESH. He must not be that attached to his knives if he leaves them dirty for days. I have a few good knives, and after use, I wash them by hand, dry them, and put them away in their protective covers.
Yeah, I don't really get it.
Talk about a trifling matter.
AITA for refusing to give my girlfriend a ring when I proposed.
No, I mean, I think that's your right. NAH.
NAH is wrong.
Wow.
So OP did propose with a beautiful diamond ring that she had admired, but when she looked at the ring, she asked where the real ring was. He said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Your mom ring." Now this, I almost had to close my laptop, but OP's mom passed away before he met his now possibly fiance, and they had her cremated, and then the ashes were turned into a diamond. And so now the girlfriend basically believes that that's the ring OP should propose with, and her rationale is that giving her his most precious item is the ultimate show of commitment, and refusing to give it to her means that he's not fully into the marriage.
So he wants to hold on to the ring?
Yeah. His mom's in it. I get that.
His mom's in it.
In the ring. Yeah.
Oh, because
like her ashes
that doesn't
are the diamond.
Seem like the right ring to give for an engagement.
That is not the ring that I would want. I think this girl's nuts.
Yeah, that seems wild.
Yeah, the top comment didn't even have a verdict. They just wrote, girlfriend, it's only romantic if you propose with your mom's corpse. OP, run now while you can. But I think it's a pretty obvious NTA.
Wait, so you selected something without a verdict?
The top comment doesn't have a verdict, but it is definitely tagged NTA.
Judges?
Give me a break.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. According to the Guess the Verdict bylaw 443.712, in a case of no verdict...
there is a verdict.
No,
Give
ma'am.
me a break.
No, ma'am. Respectfully, no, ma'am. You're is cheating. No verdict. There is no verdict.
There is
Isn't
a
that
verdict.
right?
The second comment is TBH. I would normally be weirded out by my fiance.
It's the top
You're
comment.
Cheating.
It's the top comment.
You're cheating.
What?
You are cheating.
What did it go on Reddit? Is not the answer no verdict.
Not the asshole is tagged.
It's tagged, not the asshole? Judges?
Yes.
Well, if it's tagged, then it's tagged, right? So that's that. Okay. I guess I lost. I didn't
dirty
lose.
Tricks. You tried 2 dirty tricks now.
No, one of my dirty tricks is considered legal. Judges, is trickery legal? Yes, trickery is legal. Asshole-ish, but legal.
It can still be dirty.
It was dirty. No, I acknowledge it was dirty. It was dirty, and it was a race to the bottom. We both got 0. How sad is that? How sad is that?
Sad. You hate to see it.
Nonetheless, people, it was a juicy round of GTV. Much love to all y'all. Shout out to my Cracker Barrel fans. We love it. And why I need to stop promoting.
Random.
What else we need to promote something that's actually good. I'm listing all the worst brands ever. Just enough. Nonetheless, folks, we do have one heck of a juicy ep for you today. Our second situation of the day. AITA for inviting my friend's boyfriend as a +1 and not a guest to my wedding. But first, people, it's AITA for not making dinners for my GF who gets home late. Which sounds similar to one we did before. But Sarah, is it?
It's not the same.
The particulars are always different, baby. That's the magic of AITA. Here we go. My girlfriend is a nurse and I'm a software engineer. We've been dating for a little over a year now and recently moved in together. I get home a couple hours before my GF usually does. GF, sorry. I eat most of my meals at work. What?
YTA for that.
For Jiffle?
Jiffle? My God.
I eat most of my meals at work. They provide free food and decent, healthy ones. My girlfriend workplace, he actually wrote that. My girlfriend workplace no offer free food. Oh, they do have a cafeteria. So she asked if maybe I can make dinner for us both instead of getting my dinner at work. However, I really hate cooking and suggested she just grab something on the way home if she's too tired. She says all the healthy options are too expensive to buy takeout every weekday night. She told me that her ex would help out with dinners, but I flat out refused because I hate cooking and I like to spend time on my hobbies and relax after work. I could tell my GF is still mad about it. Can't tell if I'm the asshole or if she's being unreasonable. AITA.
I feel like this is kind of tough. I mean, I'll start with the obvious, which is like her bringing up her ex is not good.
There we go.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of tough because I get his perspective for sure. And like, honestly, if I got free food at work and it was healthy enough, I would eat it all the time. I don't know, but it's like also they're in a partnership, but he also doesn't like to cook. So why should he if he's not really making it for himself? Now I'm just rambling, so cut me off at any time.
Bringing up the ex here, I'm so happy we got to this because I've been meditating a lot of this. This was one of my sins in this little rejection ship I was in. Really went hard on the ex stuff, and it really sent me into a place where I'm like, well, why am I bringing this up? And then I also had to own this, which is so cringe, is that I've also brought that issue up orally, and I'm like, these aren't even stories that make me look good, ever. They can't, right? A story about your past relationships, I'm trying to avoid the E word now, is that what you're really saying is, even if they are legitimately the worst person in the world, it's like, well, yeah, but you still dated them. So the story is also about how you have bad judgment, even if you are the good guy or whatever. It's like, yeah, that was your bad. This is a story about how you made a mistake, you fool. So,
Damn.
I've had that insight. Obviously what we're seeing here is more like, hey, why isn't this like my last relationship? It should totally be like that. And to me, that just reeks of like, you're not even respecting this person as a person. You absolutely cannot cite your previous relationships as precedents for how this current one should work. Wow. What fucking planet are you on?
Yeah, I don't like that. It just seems as like, oh, well, my ex did this for me. Like, yeah,
Dirty.
That's not... Yeah,
Dirty.
I don't like that
Unprocessed.
strategy.
Not okay. You can't talk to someone that way. Absolutely. You need to process that shit. And here's the other thing about the E word that I've been realizing too. It's like, you know, that can cause permanent scarring. Permanent scarring. It's fucking heavy.
Like, okay.
It's heavy. You might drop one little comment, even a relatively innocent comment, and that could land in the other person's ear as something they will not forget. For instance, I'm gonna make one up to avoid any potential politics here. You know, she was just the best painter I've ever seen, right? It's like, okay, well, most people that won't be relevant, but let's just say that my current opts to paint the wall, and she remembers that I said that 2 years ago, and that lodged right in her brain. It's fucked.
I don't think there's really much of a reason to talk about your ex unless you're co-parenting or something.
Yeah, exactly. And it should be done in a very measured, processed, thoughtful way.
Or if there's like something that like triggers you because of a past relationship, like that's perfectly fine to bring up. But like
the way that she brought this up is a wild one, completely unhinged, not okay. I call her an asshole just for that.
Just for saying that her ex would do that.
Yeah. Oh, my ex used to do it. Okay. What's the relevance? Am I your ex? No. Do you have the same relationship?
Yeah. I mean, well.
No. Why would that possibly matter?
Right. It doesn't matter in this context. It doesn't matter.
I think it's a fair question to ask if you're feeling stressed and overburdened.
Yeah, totally. Like, I think if she hadn't said the thing about the ex, I don't know. I think that kind of adds a lot into the verdict. Because if you took that out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big ask. She asked if maybe I could make dinner for both of us instead of getting my dinner at work, you know, and I'm like.
Because it's like he's not making it. Like, if he was making himself dinner already.
Yeah.
Then I think that's totally. Yeah, like then he should definitely make her dinner, but he's not already doing it. Yeah, to ask him to do something new that he's not already doing, that he doesn't even like care to do, is definitely a favor, I feel like.
Thank you. Yes, great. That's really it. Because the top comment actually went, YTA. My wife is a nurse also, and I cook for her all the time. Relevance.
Okay.
Just as irrelevant as her ex.
I hate that.
You have a totally different life, and you're a totally different person. If you hate cooking,
maybe you don't hate cooking. Like, I mean, you know, presumably so, right? Like,
you hate cooking, or you're too lazy. You buy her dinner on your way home. You're off hours before her, so it'd really help her out if you ran that errand. TBH, her bringing up the ex was not a good move on her part, but could have just been a sign of frustration with you not helping her out. I mean, Reddit is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these people.
I mean, I'll say nurses have been through a lot these past 2 years, and they deserve to get paid more. I think that's what a lot of comments are honestly kind of saying.
Yeah, so then now it's,
you know?
Okay, so then in a way, this is like picture painting. I didn't really view this as specific to her being a nurse.
Well, someone said, thank you for understanding. Not many spouses of a nurse understand what we go through, and gave all these suggestions, investing in a crock pot, blah, blah, blah. Like, someone said this, I'm a doctor. There are very few days my husband doesn't cook for me. The physical and mental fatigue we sometimes feel is real. So it does seem people are going like medical profession specific.
I guess I'm just like, okay, you're a nurse. And have you eaten dinner prior? Or did you begin eating dinner only in this relationship? So why is it now on me to feed you dinner every night? I would say the same thing if a man said this. It's fucking ridiculous. Hey, now that we're a couple, yeah, you got to make dinner every night for us. Like, no, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
I don't really think there's a lot of ground. Like, I mean, to ask for the favor, totally, but...
Yeah, ask.
Yeah, I don't really feel like there's a whole lot of ground for, like, to really push back very much.
I mean, and look, and obviously, you know, I know it's been...
And, like, it would be a great thing if he did it, for sure, but, like...
I mean, I'm trying to see more the nurse side of this, because I was like, okay, it's the heat of COVID, all the nurses are getting killed, they're working max hours, etc. You know, unless this person has completely picture painted that out, I don't think that's the situation here. So I'm like, is that really it?
Yeah, it's like, it would be a really great thing to do, but, like, is he the asshole for not doing it? You know...
That's the best case I could mount for her, but and maybe we could chalk it up to picture painting, but honestly, I think her crime is much greater. This is a toxic way to talk to your partner. My ex used to do it. Okay, go date them. Why don't you get back with them then? You're the one bringing them up. AITA for not
Yeah.
making dinners for my GF who gets home late. I think we agree. NTA and she is.
Yeah, I think we do agree.
All right. Here's Sarah.
AITA for inviting my friend's boyfriend as a +1 and not a guest to my wedding. Hi, everybody. Why did I read that part? So me, F26, and my boyfriend of 7 years, M27, are getting married this December. We made it an extra small wedding, 40 people including us. We sent the official invitations last week. Spouses were considered guests, as in like my brother's wife, brother-in-law's wife, etc. But I included my friend Kathy's boyfriend as a +1. So, okay, I guess to translate for you, what she means is like they put the names of spouses on the invitations, but Kathy's boyfriend was only listed as Kathy and guest. My logic was I know him for a long time. They've been together 10 years. They'll want to come together, but if he wasn't dating Kathy, I wouldn't invite him. He and I are cool with each other, and I would consider him a friend, but as I said, this was extra small, so I wouldn't invite him otherwise. My other friends who were invited are mostly in casual relationships or single, so they didn't have a problem not getting +1s. This created a problem with Kathy. She's offended I don't consider her boyfriend a regular guest and asked me, well, what if I bring someone else? When I explained it to her, Kathy said it's dumb and I'm excluding him because I'm making him the only +1. She told the story to our friend group and it split 50-50. Some of them are saying I should just send him a normal invite and be done with it. The others are saying that my logic makes sense. My fiance doesn't really care how we're calling him. He's still a guest. Kathy called me an asshole the last time we talked and didn't respond to me since. Was I the asshole?
I don't even understand what's at stake here, Sarah. What? He didn't get his own invite?
I feel like I was going too granular with this, but like, okay, so like basically, I don't know how to explain it.
Kay got her own invite.
She got an invite with a +1, but her partner's name wasn't written on it. But everybody else who got their partner invited had their partner's name written on it. So I guess I will say, like, from my perception, it does seem like a snub because it's just like, I don't know, why are you trying to imply that he's like lesser than or like, you know, not going to be in the picture? They've been dating for 10 years. Like, she did a lot of weird mental gymnastics to not just put his name on the invitation. You know, like, oh, we wouldn't be friends normally. Okay, would you be friends with your brother's wife if she wasn't married to your brother? Like, no, probably not.
Well, the list of guests is a brother's wife and a brother-in-law's wife. But this guy's just a boyfriend. Yes. So I thought it was kind of a boyfriend exception.
It seems like that, but it's also like they've been dating for 10 years. And like, she knows that she's going to take him.
I don't really understand why she even did this. It seems like more work.
Exactly. To me, it just seems like a dumb snub for no reason.
I don't understand this. Why even bother? Top comment,
I don't know.
NTA, doesn't even make sense. Who cares how it's worded? You're inviting 4 people, the boyfriend's included. The married couples are included. With this level of pettiness, I'd be considered narrowing down the guest list by 2. I hate Reddit.
Well, I think that, I mean, for Kathy to get like so annoyed is just like, I don't really get that either. That seems petty, but also OP's mental gymnastics to like avoid writing his name on an envelope also seems very petty.
Yeah, you said it was a snub. I feel like you can't have your cake and eat it. It's either a snub or it's not. If it's a snub, then she has a right to say something. Feels like a snub.
She has
to
a right
me.
to say something, but now she's like throwing like a fit, kind of like she's making a federal case out of it. She's like not talking to her, and like, so it's just kind of like, okay, are you gonna?
But Sarah, he's the only +1.
Yeah, which is why I think it's petty.
She literally singled him out. Literally.
Yeah. I think it's weird.
This feels like a shot fired.
I think it is.
I don't have any problem with what Kay did. I think Kay is asking questions. You singled out her guy? That's weird.
Okay, I could go with you on that, honestly.
Up. If it was two, I would be like, okay, well, there were 2. But no, just one, just him. So it was literally about him.
Yeah.
He can't even do
weird.
that thing where it's like, it's probably not about me. No, it's definitely about you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty stupid.
This is baddie. Bizarre.
So weird.
And it also means that ostensibly +1 wasn't on any of the invites, and then it had to be custom written in. It just seems like it took more work.
Yeah, like it feels like a lot of work and justification to just not like write his name on it. Like, my boyfriend and I have been dating for way less than 10 years, and like my like wedding invitations will be addressed to me and him. Like, it's not, I don't get this person at all.
Busy 1717, going against the grain, I vote mild YTA. If the whole wedding is just 40 people, Kay must be an extremely close friend, and she's been with her BF for literally a decade. So you must know him well, even if you wouldn't independently be good friends with him. So I think the +1, instead of putting his name on the invite, was rude and weird.
I definitely think that. I think it's rude and weird.
And it's a small wedding, too. That's the thing, too. If this happened to me or to you,
Yeah.
you're a better example here, then I'm like, yeah, you wouldn't even know. How would you even know? Right?
Oh,
right?
Yeah, true. But like when I know everybody else is going to the wedding and I could be like, hey, did you get +1? It said, no, I got Sarah and boyfriend's name. I'm like, yeah, that's true. It's so weird.
I just think this was bizarre. I don't even understand what OP's problem is.
Me either.
AITA for inviting my friend's boyfriend as a +1 and not a guest to my wedding. 2 in a row. We are deviating from Reddit. YTA? Why would you single him out?
I don't know why NTA is the top because like every other comment says YTA. I think that Kathy should be petty and bring like a total random person.
Oh,
that would be amazing.
I bet her +1 ass, would love that. He doesn't even want to go.
Right? But yeah, most of the other comments are YTA. So that's weird.
Please rate, review, subscribe. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/AITA pod. 120 bonus episodes. Yes, people, a wonderful Discord community. We really do love to see it. The amazing experience we got. We hope we see you in there. All right, people, let's wrap this thing up. This is a juicy one. AITA for wanting my boyfriend to stop being friends with a girl I don't like. 2 years ago, shortly before Charles, 28, and I, 26, got together, another ex, Barry, now 27, showed back up in my life. He introduced me to his then GF, Tina, now 32. She was eerily similar to me. We look alike, have similar mannerisms, and grew up in the same neighborhood in college. I spent nights in her house with her younger siblings. Barry treated Tina terribly in front of me, very clearly gaslighting her, for which I called him out. Maybe a week after that, he dumped her and she called me crying. I felt bad for her and let her come over for midnight pancakes. Wow, I never had the thought more clearly. I want to be
detail.
a girl. That sounds so great. I've never had midnight pancakes with the bros. Long story short, Tina called Barry and gave him my address. He threatened to slash both of our tires and told the cops.
Yikes.
I told the cops about the threat. She left my place with him. Wow. Fuck. 3 days later, he actually did slash my tires. He also dumped a litter box full of cat shit all over my car and dropped little cat turds on the path up to my door and on my doorstep. Charmer, right? Anyway, I told Charles all about it and he sympathized. We got together a month or two later. Fast forward over a year, Charles meets Tina at an EDM show while I'm home sleeping. He tells me about it the next day and is really excited. He's from out of town and doesn't have close friends. He thinks she could be his new best friend.
What?
What the hell? I'm skeptical. She isn't trustworthy. She shared my personal information with someone unsafe and I suffered. He invites her over to hang out and she starts by saying she owes me a huge apology. Then she spends the rest of the time alternatively flirting with him and bragging about his skills in video games, insisting they should play games together. After she left, I said I don't feel good about it. Over the next couple of months, he kept talking to her. He kept telling me he would stop hanging out with her, then he would do it again. At one point, she told him he deserved better and implied she was better than he deserved. The last straw was the day before my grandmother's 90th birthday. The night before, we had a stressful situation with a man banging on my door late at night and screaming at us. After he left, my boyfriend...
Was it Barry?
Jeez. After he left, my boyfriend walked home saying that he couldn't fall asleep there. After that, the next morning, I turned up at my boyfriend's place to check on him. There was a girl's backpack in his entryway and girl's shoes by his couch. I asked who they were, and he said Tina's. He told me that while walking home from my place, he called Tina. Then she and her two roommates came over and played video games till early morning. I should have ended it then, but we were about to go to this huge family event, and he was already officially coming. A couple weeks later, I broke up with him because he kept negging me. At this point, we're so close. I'm about to move out of town, and I'm trying to decide whether to cut him off completely or maintain some sort of long-distance thing. He keeps saying he'll come visit me once I move. It's only a 3-hour drive away. AITA for trying to end my boyfriend's friendship with this girl.
Okay, here's what I have to say, OP. Barry treats Tina terribly, gaslights her. I hate to say it, he probably was doing that to you. And based on how Charles also treated you... Yeah, like, I think that... I think that you're dating people who treat you poorly, and stop doing that. Because you deserve better.
100%. I mean,
Like,
OP,
she
my
couldn't smell what was cooking, like, right in front of you.
OP, you literally
Stop.
said that she looks like you. Is it any really surprise that your boyfriend keeps wanting to hang out with her? And like, look, do I think men and women can be genuine friends? Absolutely. But I think it's definitely something that is subject to very strict disclosures and
Yeah,
transparency
I agree.
and frankly rules, boundaries, because let's face it, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's probably you. It's you, OP.
Yeah.
You're her.
You're the duck. Yeah, no, I agree. I think especially like when it's a new, like, what's the word? Opposite sex friendship, like that, definitely. I think you just, there has to be boundaries. There has to be like very open communication so that everybody feels comfortable. And like, this was not that from any step of the way. Like, so don't expect this guy to be respectful now. Like, forget that.
Never respectful. And wait, did I understand too, Sarah, that a stressful situation, banging on OP's door, screaming at us, and then the boyfriend walked home saying that he couldn't fall asleep? Really? You left your girl alone?
Yo, I didn't even think about that. That's fucked up. I was thinking like you walked home when there was like a agitated man lurking nearby, but yeah, you're right.
You didn't
that's
bring
worse.
your girl.
Yeah, that's bad.
Completely crazy. OP, this guy sucks so much. He's literally,
Oh my God.
he's literally just doing it right in front of your face.
Get away from him.
I mean, look, is it even really plausible that he isn't cheating on you actively? Give me a break, you know?
I don't know. At the very least, it's like emotional cheating. Like that's
Absolutely.
not like, come on. This is not above board.
I don't think it's even an illegal move to say, hey, listen, I know you're friends with this person. I know you guys are friends, but they are making me jealous. I don't feel comfortable with this friendship. I only want you to hang out with them with me, or I only want you to hang out with them in a group context. I want there to be some rules around hanging out with them. I think if you really care about someone, it's like, oh yeah, no problem. Of course.
Yeah, that was a total red flag in my last relationship. So yeah, I think if you have a problem and you're like, no, I want to keep doing whatever I want, it's like, well, why?
You don't get to do
Why is
whatever you
that?
want. That's the premise of being in a relationship.
Well, yeah,
You have
yeah.
to compromise.
And it's like, why are you so insistent on hanging out with this friend alone? Like when you know that your partner is not comfortable with it. Like that's sketch.
Yeah, I think it's a tough thing, and I think there can always be like kind of situations where, you know, the jealousy is getting too ramped up and they can be controlling.
Totally.
But like to just wholesale dismiss your partner, even if let's just say it was completely irrational and completely baseless.
Yeah.
And if someone did this to me, I would still be like, I would definitely not have an approach of like, well, I'm still going to do it, or then do it without even like, if it had to be like, let's say it was a work thing, right? Like, let's say I'm dating this girl and she's like, I don't want you to talk to Sarah. I'm like, okay, well, I can't not. The listeners, you know, but I would still be like, I would say no to that request, but I would still be transparent and make an extra effort and be like, well, this is when we record, and yeah, we do sometimes text back and forth, and you know, Sarah is annoyed because I'm always texting her some customer service complaint. It's just a lot of customer service.
No, I love those. I love that stuff when you get scammed or whatever by Amazon. That's my favorite.
Should I contact customer service or Sarah? I don't know. This is a debate, but.
And then I'm like, I'll write your fake legal complaint.
I know, right?
I'll threaten a lawsuit. They'll be like, ma'am, you are not a member of the bar association.
Yeah, right. Nonetheless, OP, I think we feel for you on this one. I think I'm out on Charlie. I'm out on Barry, and I'm out on Tina.
Yeah,
you're getting worked in this circle.
Get away from these people.
I know it can be hard, OP, but none of these people are bringing you anything good. Like, you sound cool. You sound chill. Get the fuck out. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bye.
AITA for wanting my boyfriend to stop being friends with a girl I don't like. Whopping NTA, and pretty much everyone else in this situation, I think, is an asshole.
They all suck.
They suck.
They suck so much.
Thanks for listening, OP. We wish you the best. All right, guys. Well, that's the app. Thanks for listening. Much appreciated, and we'll see you next Monday morning. Bye.
Bye.